Hi, Pretty Panthers. It's Miss Stanton back again this week with handwriting practice. We're going to focus on the letters S through Z this week, finishing up our tour of the alphabet. Let's get started. If you have a whiteboard, you're going to want that and a dry erase marker. If you don't have a board, remember you can use a Ziploc bag and a piece of paper. Or if you don't have either of those, just a piece of paper and a pencil will work. Let's get started. I'm going to put my helper hand down here on my page. I'm going to go to the top of my paper, to that top line. I'm going to start by making a magic C. Once I get to that dotted line, I'm going to switch directions and curve it around the other way. Capital letter S. Magic C, then curve around the other way. Uppercase letter S, curve around, magic C, and then curve around and go the other way. Start at the top line, bump the dotted line, make that magic C, and then turn around and go the other direction. Uppercase letter S. Now would be a good time for you to pause the video and practice that uppercase letter S. Let's move on now to our lowercase letter S. Lowercase letter S looks just like that uppercase letter S. You're going to start the dotted line though, because it's just smaller. We're going to start the dotted line. We're going to bump the dotted line, make that magic C, curve around, and bump the bottom line. Lowercase little s. We're going to curve, make that magic C, and then curve around the other way. Magic C, curve around the other way. Magic C, bump that dotted line, but the middle, curve around and go the other way. Lowercase letter S. Go ahead and pause the video and you can practice your lowercase letter S. Let's move on now to the uppercase capital letter T. I'm going to pull straight down and give it a top hat. Right across that top line. I'm going to pull straight down and give it a line across the top. Big line down, little line across the top. Big line down, little line across the top. That is your uppercase capital letter T. Let's go ahead and you can pause the video, practice that letter on your own. Moving on. Let's practice the lowercase letter T. I'm going to pull straight down from that top line and I'm going to cross it in the middle. Pull straight down from your top line, cross it on your dotted middle line. Pull straight down, cross it on the dotted middle line. Pull straight down, cross it on that dotted middle line. That is our lowercase letter T. Now would be a good time for you to pause the video and practice on your own. Let's move on to uppercase letter U. I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to pull down, and when I get to that bottom line, I'm going to curve, bump that bottom line. I'm going to go back up and go down that same line and give it a little tail. I'm going to pull straight down, curve, bump that bottom line, go up, touch the top line. I'm going to go down that same line and give it a little tail. This is our uppercase capital letter U. Pull straight down, curve, bump that bottom line, go back up, go down that same line and give it a little tail. Big capital letter U. And straight down. That is your capital uppercase letter U. Now would be a good time for you to practice your uppercase letter U. Let's move on now to our lowercase little u. Lowercase u starts at the dotted line. You're going to go down, you're going to bump the bottom line, go up and down that same line, just like the uppercase letter U, except for it's smaller, right? You're going to go down, back up, little tail. Start at the dotted line, go down, straight down, curve around, up, and then down that same line. Pull straight down, curve it around, go up to the dotted line, bump it, and then go down that same line. That is our lowercase letter U. Now would be a good time for you to pause the video and practice on your own. Let's move on to our uppercase letter V now. V. I'm going to pull straight down from that top line, but I'm going to go at an angle. And I'm going to go back up. Uppercase, capital letter V, pull straight down, kind of at an angle there. And then you're going to go back up at an angle. Pull straight down at an angle, bump that bottom line, and then go back up and bump the top line again. Big line down at an angle, big line up at an angle, bump that top line. Uppercase letter V. Now what would happen if I was making my letter V, but I didn't quite make those sharp angles? What letter would that look like? You're right, it looks a lot like a letter U. So you want to make sure you're making one big line down, one big line up. So it's got that sharp point. Now would be a good time for you to pause the video and practice your uppercase letter V. Lowercase letter V looks like just like the big uppercase letter V, but we're going to start it at the dotted line. We're going to pull down at an angle and little line up. Little line down, slide over, little line up, slide, and touch that dotted line. Little line down, little line up. Little line down, little line up. That is your lowercase letter V. Now would be a good time for you to pause the video and practice your lowercase little letter V. I'm going to erase. Let's go on to our letter W now. Ooh, W. Uppercase letter W. You're going to start at your top line here. Big line down. Big line up. Touch that dotted line. Big line down. Big line up. Uppercase letter W. Big line down. Big line up. Big line down. Big line up. Big line down, kind of at an angle. Big line up at an angle. That looks like the letter V, doesn't it? And if we make one more letter V, put it together, it makes a W. Big line down, big line up. Big line down, big line up. That is our capital uppercase letter W. W, W, W. Go ahead and pause the video. You can practice your uppercase letter W now. I'm going to erase. Lowercase little w looks just like the uppercase big W, except for we start on the dotted line. Pull down, little line down, little line up, little line down, little line up. Start at the dotted line, little line down, bump that bottom line. Little line up, bump the top dotted line, little line down, bump the bottom line, little line up, bump the dotted line. Little line down, bump the bottom line, little line up, bump the dotted line, little line down, bottom line, little line up, dotted. Slide down, slide up, slide down, slide up. That is our lowercase little w. Now would be a good time for you to pause the video so you can practice those lowercase little w's. Let's practice the uppercase letter X. We're going to start at the top. We're going to slide down. We're going to pick up our pencil. We're going to go to the top. And we're going to slide down the other way. Big line down. Big line down. Big line down. Big line down. Start at the top line, slide down, touch the bottom line. Pick your pencil up, go to the top line, slide down, touch the bottom line. Uppercase letter X. Go ahead and pause the video and you can practice your uppercase letter X. Lowercase letter X starts at the dotted line. It looks just like the uppercase letter X. Slide down, little line down, bump the bottom line. Start at the dotted line, pull down, bump the bottom line there. Little line down, little line down. Little line down at an angle, little line down at an angle. Little line down, little line down. That is our lowercase letter X. I'm going to go ahead and you guys can pause the video, practice your lowercase letter X. I'm going to go ahead and erase. let's move on to the letter Y. Letter Y, you're going to start at the top. You're going to pull down a little line to the dotted line. Then you're going to go up to the top. You're going to pull down from that dotted top line, and you're going to pull straight down. Uppercase letter Y. Little line down, big line down. Little line down, big line down. Y, 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 y. Little line to the dotted line. Start at the top, pull all the way down to that bottom line. Let's do one more. Pull straight down, touch the dotted line, stop, pick up your pencil, go up to the top line, pull all the way down. That is the uppercase capital letter Y. Y, y, y. Go ahead and pause the video and you can practice your uppercase capital letter Y. Let's move on to our lowercase letter Y now. This one is another one of those basement letters because it goes below our bottom line, doesn't it, friends? We're going to start the dotted line. We're going to make a little line down, touch that bottom line. We're going to go to the dotted line. We're going to pull straight down, and oh my goodness, it goes below the bottom line, doesn't it? Little line down, big line down. Little line down at an angle, like you're making maybe the start of a letter V, right? And you're going to go up to the dotted line. You're going to close it up, make that V, but keep on going. Basement letter, it's got a tail, right, guys? Little line down, go to the dotted line, pull straight down, give it a tail. That is our lowercase letter Y. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And, oh my goodness, you guys, we are at the end of our alphabet. We're going to go to the last letter in our alphabet. What letter is that, friends? The letter Z, you're right. Z, 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 Z. I'm going to start at my top line here. I'm going to make a little line at the top for our uppercase letter Z. Now I'm going to slide down. What does that look like? You're right, it does look like the number 7. I'm going to slide it, make a big line down at an angle, and then I'm going to make a little line at the bottom. Little line at the top, at our top line. I'm going to go at the end of there. I'm going to slide down at an angle, bump that bottom line, little line across the bottom. Little line across the top, slide down, little line at the bottom. This is our capital uppercase letter Z, Z, Z. Little line at the top, big line down to the bottom line, little line at the bottom. That is our uppercase letter Z. Now would be a good time for you to practice. Go ahead and pause the video. Lowercase letter Z, we're going to start at the dotted line. We're going to make a little line, pull down at an angle, little line at the bottom, just like the uppercase capital letter Z. It's just smaller. Little line, pull down, bump the bottom line, little line at the bottom. Little line, little line, little line. Little line on the dotted line. Pull down an angle. Little line on the bottom. One more. Little line. Pull down. Little line at the bottom. That is our lowercase little Z. I hope you guys had fun practicing your handwriting with Miss Stanton. I hope you all enjoyed your handwriting practice with me. Remember, you can always go back and re-watch these handwriting videos to do some extra practice. Have a great week, kids.